Right, so we are getting very close to the September event, and obviously one of the bigger announcements is going to be the Pro Apple Watch, and we have details regarding that, so let's delve into it. So let's begin with Macotakara, a pretty credible source. They believe the Apple Watch Pro is going to have a flat display on the front, a 47mm casing, and also a possible one more thing announcement at the event for this product. So let's break this down and begin with the flat display. So yeah, this does corroborate with other sources regarding a new design for this Pro Watch, and while personally flat display makes me think that we're going to see a flat edge design like of course many were expecting the Series 7 to get, but I do want to mention that Gurman, a very credible source, has gone against this, and so maybe we see a design that has a flat display on the front but with the curvier sides of the current watches. Actually, that would be pretty weird, so I think Gurman's being vague on purpose to save his credibility in case Apple does surprise us with a completely different design like last year, but because this is a rugged watch, I do think a flat design does make sense. Now moving on to the size, this does make sense because every source has corroborated on this, and yeah, the larger casing should allow for a 1.99-inch display on the front. That's going to be a pretty sizable increase, and so I can see many getting this just for the bigger display because I can see that being pretty useful outdoors for having more complications on your watch face. Now in case you're wondering about multiple size options for the Pro Apple Watch, no, that's not going to be the case. You either go big or go home with this Apple Watch. Now finally, let's talk about this Pro Apple Watch being a one more thing announcement. And to be honest, I find this really hard to believe because yes, this is going to be a pretty massive refresh, but I don't think it's worthy enough of being a one more thing announcement since of course it's not drastically changing things for the Apple Watch. This is really an option for a niche market, but it's not enough of a revolutionary device to deserve a one more thing announcement. And yes, I know many are going to draw comparisons to this and the iPhone 10, but of course the iPhone is a much bigger product. It's Apple's flagship product, and it was also commemorating 10 years of the iPhone. So yes, I can see the justification for the iPhone 10 being a one more thing, but this does not deserve it. If anything, releasing the Apple VR headset as the one more thing would actually make a lot more sense. It's a new category for Apple, and of course, it could be a game changer in that category since we're expecting big things with the VR elements of the headset and how realistic it is. And actually, side note, but there are some predicting that we're gonna see the AR headset at this event. And no, I don't think that's gonna be the case, though I guess Macotakara suggesting there could be a one more thing announcement could point towards the Apple VR headset announcement, but ultimately all this talk regarding a one more thing announcement at this event is likely bogus. Anyways, let's move on to some production updates from Minshew Kuo regarding the Series 8. So we had a report suggesting the Series 8 could be the first watch to be produced in Vietnam, since of course there are tensions between China and Taiwan, so of course Apple diversifying their supply chain makes sense, and so moving production to Vietnam for the Apple Watch, yeah, that would be the right move. However, we have Minshew Kuo telling us that Tim has already done this. Parts of Apple Watch Series 7 production already took place in Vietnam, so Apple's simply going to increase the reliance they have on Vietnam for the Apple Watches, and the company there, Luxshare, is going to produce 60 to 70% of the Series 8 watches. And yeah, this makes sense because if China and Taiwan do get into a war, then of course Apple's products would not be affected if they can produce them in different countries. Anyways, Gurman also tells us a future version of the Pro Apple Watch could have satellite-based features, the ones we could see with the 14 series where of course you can call or text someone anywhere on the planet, and that certainly makes sense because this is an outdoor Apple Watch. Many are going to be doing outdoor things, so of course having the convenience that if you do get lost you can text anyone, that's pretty great. Now in case you're wondering about the upgrades we should see across the boards with the Series 8 and Series 8 Pro, there should of course be the body temperature sensor that should give you notifications when your temperature is high or low, so that could be useful for identifying COVID. And also we could see brighter displays and a low power mode that could give us multiple days of battery life with these watches. And yeah, we have many sources doubling down on the longer battery life coming to the complete Apple Watch Series 8 lineup, and we're still not sure if the batteries themselves are getting big inside, but the new low power mode should of course help reduce battery usage and should give us multiple days of endurance. Anyways, let's delve into your comments regarding these new Apple Watches. So Joe says, this makes me like the SE, I still don't care for Apple Watches, but the Series 8's not interesting, and yes, I completely agree, the regular Series 8 is a pretty boring update. It seems like Apple's giving us all the big upgrades with the Pro Apple Watch, and for those getting the regular watches, there's not a lot to look forward to with these watches. In fact, really, the only noteworthy feature would be the body temperature sensor, but of course, I wouldn't say it's a game changer because while it would be nice to have, I can live without it. And so yeah, this year's a pretty boring refresh. And actually, there might be downgrades with the Series 8 because there's rumors that we could see less color options with the aluminium cases for the Series 8. And so yeah, if you do find a good deal on the Series 7, I do suggest getting that. Really, the Pro Watch is going to be the big refresh, but of course, that's going to come with a massive asking price of $1,000 that I'm sure many are not going to be willing to pay for. So yeah, there's that. And in fact, we have James telling us he got a Series 7 at a lower price, and he likes the bigger screen on this. And yeah, that's primarily why I'm gutted the Series 8's not getting the bigger screen size the Pro variant's getting, because I can actually see that being a massive upgrade for day-to-day use, but I just would not be willing to pay $1,000 for it. And so here's hoping the bigger size does come down to the regular Series 9 watch, in which case I might get that. Anyways, that's about it guys, but of course tell me your thoughts regarding this report in the comments. Anyways, thank you for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the link above on details regarding the iPhone 14 series, and on that note, see ya peeps.